I hate to bring him up again, but Logan Paul is for some reason he's so good at like not being ahead of trends, but being the first one just behind the trend. You know what I'm saying? Like he's really good at like taking action right as something is becoming popular, like Pokemon, whatever. He's years behind this shit. Like Marcus was working on an NFT company 2 years ago. That's when all these companies, Rarible, like I'm pretty sure that's when they all were created. Was like in the first crypto boom. But Logan Paul is really good. So he partnered with this company. He made his own NFT, which is basically just a card with like some really shitty, like, it looked like they hired a Twitter fan to make that art on the front of the card. Right? I mean, it's not, it was like a joke for like a $2,000 card. That's what he was selling them for. The art was like pretty basic.
Yeah.
Like you could hire someone to do that for $20.
Yeah.
And so he's made $5 million off these things already.
Which
right?
Is
he
insane.
sold like, and they were kind of linked to like if you buy one of these cards, then you're in a raffle to get one of the Pokemon things that he got, like the Pokemon sets or whatever that he's been selling. No, that's not it.
No?
No. It looks different. That's I think a fan render or something like that.
That's sick.
Yeah. No.
I definitely want to pay.
Look it up on OpenSea, OpenSea.io, Luke. So I'm looking it up. So he sells like a couple thousand of these things, right? Makes $5 million.
Just a cool.
So I'm curious, a cool $5 million. So I was curious, like, you know, about how much of a bubble this really is right now. And I'm looking up like trade volume. Because like that's one of the things. Top Shot is the top NFT thing right now based on trade volume because there's so many people buying these things and trading them.
Yeah.
After the fact, which lets you know that people like feel like there's value to these things, right? It's like, I want that. Here's mine. I want to buy that one. I want to sell this one. But Logan Paul, there's like sales volume was like 100 grand or something like that in the last week or something like that, or maybe 24 hours. But on $5 million worth of cards sold, which means most people are just buying them and then not doing anything with them.
That's the worst part of it is like, he's just taxing people. Like it doesn't actually use the technology. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, on one hand, there's these systems, marketplaces, and that's why Top Shot is so cool. It's like an all-in-one. Yeah. Pull it up real fast. This is the custom card.
Uh-oh.
No. Oh, that's what he... Okay, well, it looks... I mean, the art looked totally different on the website, on the actual marketplace where you could buy them.
Oh, man.
It wasn't that.
Those are cool, though. I definitely want to pay for that.
Go to OpenSea and just search Logan Paul, and like it's like a little anime version of Logan Paul.
Imagine paying for a hentai image of Logan Paul.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure those are free somewhere.
So there's this like world where Top Shot exists, which is cool because the cards are like incredible. They're like little animated replays of some of the best sports moments, and then you can see, you know, there's like different holographic versions of everything. You can see a serial number, so you know like which one you have. The lower the serial number, the higher value it is. Yeah. And then there's like a built-in marketplace, so you can sell and buy from people. And like all the other NFT stuff, like there's like, you know, digital versions of like games like Magic the Gathering and stuff where you can buy these cards and you can play with each other and stuff like that. But the Logan Paul thing is just this one-off collectors. I guess it's basically like an art piece, right? It's like Rarible or whatever. You can buy NFT art where it's just one of a kind. Here, I'm selling this. It's one of one or one of 2,000. Buy it if you want. And then you can sell it later on like a marketplace like OpenSea. But it's like,
who's the market?
I don't know. I don't think
though?
There's any. I don't know. What'd you say?
It's like, who's the market for that?
That's what I'm saying.
That's at that
Other
point,
people
like,
that want the card.
That's why I say that's the worst part about it is like, it sounds like he's doing something that's really modern and really forward, but he's not. He's just selling a fucking hoodie. It's the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
Like his fans just buy the shit and they're like, now I have the NFT Logan Paul card. And if they put that out on any marketplace,
it's a little scammy. It feels like a scam to me because,
I think
and
it's a big
I looked
scam.
at it for a long time because I was like, is this something like NFT art where I'm gonna buy this and hang on to it, and then I'm glad I like, own the ownership to this thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like all the NFT art that's being traded on websites like Rarible are really fucking cool. Like the artist puts a lot of time into it.
Yeah, I mean, some artists I follow started doing like AI generated art, and it was like super interesting. And even that AI nude image that I referenced before, I don't know if Luke had brought up an example of that, but there's like a couple of these like nude abstract paintings that were done with like AI. They're actually super dope, and I think they're dope because they're clearly generated from like a specific mix. Oh, thank you. Of, obviously nude images, and it creates like this truly like probably a one of a kind production, and you're like, fuck, that actually is pretty sweet. And I can conceptually understand why you'd want to have that. I cannot understand why you would just pay for this NFT art that really a lot of people have and no one will actually ever want. I cannot imagine ever putting out Logan Paul NFT and anyone being like, I need that.
There is a chance in like 10 years that people are going to be like, wait, did you get that Logan Paul card? The only one he ever made?
Yeah, maybe.
Because I mean, it's like kind of, there are real life equivalents to that too. It's like so-and-so company that made 1,000 of these things and never made it ever again, right?
It's totally possible. Yeah.
But I don't think that's what they're banking on. I think it feels more like, let's just get in on this right now and make a bunch of money. And then, 2,000 people are stuck with this place on a blockchain that is actually worth nothing. But now I have $5 million in my account. That's kind of what it feels like to me. But maybe I'm wrong. I like, this could be like the opinion of someone 2 years ago where they're like, I don't understand this. Who would ever pay for crypto art? And now like tons of people are.
Yeah.
Luke, Did you find it? The actual image?
I'm still in the way of this is just scamming.
This is it right here.
Bruh.
Like, come on, dude.
Come on, son. Come on, son. This is like one of those images. It's like, Logan, I drew you. What do you think?
Yeah.
Are you joking
That's
me,
what
man?
I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah. Logan Paul made $3.5 million in one day.
Oh,
so they
my
were
God.
$2,000 each. And I feel like most of the people that bought them are just like, all right, let's see what happens. Like,
No.
I'm just going to buy it. And it's just kind of like, yeah, total. Look at the reply there. Total sales, $5 million.
And the price was 1 Ethereum? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's still 414 left. Should we get in on it?
Oh, yeah. Yo, that art is free somewhere.
I know.
That art is free somewhere.
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's like I don't understand the value. It's not tied to anything besides this like weird raffle he's doing for his Pokemon packs. It's not like tied to anything in real life. It doesn't have cool art. There's no community around it. So I just don't understand what the purpose of this was, but just to make fast money off this shit. Which people say, you could say, yeah, you're just angry you didn't make a bunch of money off this, but it's like, it just doesn't feel like, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like it's really actually taking advantage of the technology. It feels like it's trying to exploit it. Like there's going to be, now with this NFT boom, there's going to be tons and tons of just junk.
Yeah.
And people trying to make fast money. And this kind of feels to me like it's one of those.
Well, I cannot imagine that this image appreciates even in 10 years.
But that's what I'm saying. It's not really about the image. Like they clearly didn't actually give a fuck about the art.
But isn't that
it's
like,
more about I own one of these Logan Paul cards.
Yeah, but isn't that part of it though? Like you're paying for something that like has some value that doesn't just look like a copy and paste of a Hearthstone card. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I just can't see how I'm just trying to
No,
say,
Luke.
like, when I look at other NFT things, like what you're talking about, like with NBA Top Shop, you're owning something unique. It has like a certain value that's like, I guess intrinsic, or like, you look at it and you're like, wow, this is special. Look at this. I'm proud I own this. And maybe people get that from Logan Paul cards, but I just don't see how a majority of people would be interested in owning this. For example, if you showed that NBA Top Shop card to someone and you're like, yeah, there's only like 150 of these and like I have it, someone may look at that and go, that is so fucking dope. I'm actually compelled to want to own that. How much does it cost? Wow, that's interesting. I would be willing to pay that much because I think that's cool. I just, this to me feels like, all right, 15-year-olds, figure out how to use your mom's credit card to like buy Ethereum and then, buy one of these cards.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I don't know. Maybe we're wrong, but it looks to be clear this isn't the art. It's a thumbnail where he's holding the card you get. But the problem is like on the original, whatever company he used to do this with, like on the original marketplace website, this was the art you see. On OpenSea, this is the art you see. So like for all intents and purposes, this is the art that you're buying. It's not the ones he's holding. Like on every marketplace, it shows this.
Yeah. Well, even him illustrated as Pikachu just doesn't sound like it's worth $2,000 to me. Some unique, image of Michael Jordan, dunking on somebody, that makes sense to like pay $2,000 for, Even what you're talking about, NBA Top Shop, what if they're taking like, not previously aired angles of certain moments in sports that are like really important to people, and you can own like this one angle, and if you pay for it, you have like the full res version of it. It's like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Logan Paul is fucking Pikachu.
Let's compare this to, let's compare this to other ones that are like really popular right now. The first one that we have is CryptoPunks. So this is, so these are all this is like one of the first NFT projects. It's like,
that's crazy.
Pixel art basically of different faces. And they're all selling for like $50K. One sold for like $1 million or something like that.
And what did they start out at?
Yeah. I think they were free. You could just claim them in the beginning.
So it's like
and now they're worth
kind of put
a fuck
value
ton, and every day they're selling. Hold on 1 second. I'm just gonna do a computer guy thing real fast. Okay, so in the past 24 hours, one of these CryptoPunks that looks like a zombie sold for $312,000, and then another one sold for $125,000. Another one sold for $125,000. But to me, I understand this a little bit more because it's like each one is unique, right? They're building out this like character. If you like the art style, then each one is like a little bit different than the other one, and it feels like more of like a community, like a world. They're building a world.
But I also think like I think with something like this, you're like actually buying into crypto. Like if this is one of the first NFT projects, you're like supporting something that in its own way, like crypto has its own culture. So something like this, it might be cool to people who are involved in crypto all the way back whenever this started. And they're like, oh yeah, this dude is like using blockchain tech to kind of, capture culture and document it and, provide art and all that. And so people wanting to trade this, I see this more as what NFT is supposed to be used for, where people are engaging in like virtual assets and virtual currency and blah, 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 or digital, whatever. And the other part that's crazy about these prices is these seem insane, but this is just because there's a whole bunch of people that got rich off of crypto and like they can trade at these levels, which is like really crazy to think about.
I know.
Like these numbers.
I mean, I think something like this is worth $1 million? Like, I don't think that, but clearly it is because they're fucking selling for $1 million.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the same way that, you could take what I just said about Logan Paul's Pikachu and say, I don't get how, one of these characters is worth $1 million. I just think it's it's a little bit easier to make a case for something like this, just marginally, that this is something that appeals to a lot of people, and if you blew up in crypto.
Well, I think because this also demonstrates like a lot of the qualities of real life collectibles.
Yes.
Where like the little like teddy bear statues or whatever. Mm-hmm. There's a shit ton of them, or Build-A-Bears or whatever the fuck. There's a ton of them. I don't know who collects Build-A-Bears.
Beanie Babies?
Beanie Babies, yeah. There's like a ton of them. They're all subtly a little bit different or obviously different, but they all live in the same world. And you build this environment where if you're investing in this, then you're involved in the whole crypto punks world.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like you learn about this certain hat or the certain cigarette that one's smoking or whatever. That's what's cool about collectibles and real life collectibles. The Logan Paul thing was just like, here's 2,000 of the same thing. Who knows if we'll ever do this again?
Yeah. 100%.
That's not really
100%.
What
that's
else?
That's why I don't say it's a little scammy. I think it's big scammy.
Yeah.
Scamming. Bruh.
What were the other like worst of NFTs that we have? Pepe. Oh yeah, I was looking at that one today. Oh yeah, there's William Shatner cards, and there's like meme cards basically. But again, like both of these. What is this? Pepe.Hero, Wally's Street Regrets.